I'm Susan Slaugenhaupt, and I'm a professor in the Department of Neurology here at Massachusetts General Hospital, Harvard Medical School. And I'm working on a project to treat familial dysautonomia. About 10 years ago, we discovered that the small molecule kinetin could modify mRNA splicing. We published a paper, and I thought that the next step would be that clinicians and people who did clinical research or a company would come along and get this to patients. And then as we continued our work, I realized that that was not happening. The Ph.D. Foundation, who had funded a lot of the work that led to the discovery of kinetin, they went out and started peddling, if you will, this discovery to industry. So they talked to companies that might be interested in rare disease, and really no one wanted to hear it. No one was interested at that time. So when I first heard of BPN, it sounded really too good to be true. The typical investigator-initiated R01, you write a great proposal, it's reviewed by scientists, it's funded, and then as long as you're doing good science and write a progress report every year, the money keeps coming. This was remarkably different because milestones are laid out and agreed upon by my team as well as people at the NIH, and it's a team approach to doing research, and we set milestones, the milestones are approved, but then you have to meet them. And so what BPN was able to do was actually bring what happens in industry to us. We developed over 500 new molecules during our BPN project, and we're able to test them all and show, in fact, that we could increase efficacy and increase potency of our initial starting molecule. And what began as a dream to develop a drug for Ph.D. that modified splicing, the more we worked, the more we saw that this, in fact, was going to be a reality, that we could develop a drug. Honestly, I cannot imagine how we would have done it without BPN. We wouldn't have the resources, and even if we had the resources, there aren't a lot of people right in our midst here who are doing medicinal chemistry. This fulfills the mission of the NIH. The mission of NIH is really to do basic research, but ultimately to translate that basic research into therapies for patients. And this is fulfilling a gap in that process. And it's not lost on the families with familial dysautonomia and the foundation, how much NIH has put into their little disease.